One of the most heartwarming examples recently came when Jimin chose to celebrate Jungkook's birthday earlier than expected. This gesture, while seemingly small to outsiders, carried layers of meaning that resonated deeply with ARMY. It wasn't just a friendly acknowledgement of a special day, it was a reminder of the brotherhood that has kept BTS together for over a decade. A reminder of the countless hardships they faced side by side, and a symbol of the kind of genuine love that fuels their artistry. To understand why ARMY became so emotional, it's important to unpack the cultural, personal, and emotional weight behind this early celebration. In Korean culture, birthdays are not merely about cake and candles. They're moments of gratitude, reflection, and connection. When Jimin took the initiative to celebrate Jungkook earlier than the actual date, it signaled anticipation and care, almost as if he couldn't wait to let the world know how much his youngest brother meant to him. That impatience to celebrate is, in itself, profoundly touching. Since BTS's debut, the dynamic between Jimin and Jungkook has always stood out. As the oldest among the two, Jimin has often played the role of the caring hyung. Fans still recall the early years when Jimin would wake Jungkook up for school, help him with his training schedules, and even encourage him during times of self-doubt. For ARMY, these memories are archived like treasured chapters in a book they revisit time and again. So, when Jimin chooses to spotlight Jungkook's birthday ahead of time, it feels like a continuation of that nurturing dynamic. It's as though Jimin is reminding ARMY that even though both of them are now global stars standing on some of the world's biggest stages, at their core, they remain the same brothers who once huddled together in a cramped dorm room, sharing late-night conversations about dreams that seemed almost impossible. The emotional impact of this gesture lies not just in the action itself, but in the memories it unlocks. ARMY doesn't just see Jimin celebrating Jungkook, they see the entire journey of how far the two have come, from uncertain trainees to cultural icons. That's why social media erupted with emotional posts, fan edits, and messages filled with tears of gratitude. One might ask, why does it matter that Jimin celebrated early? After all, a birthday message is still a birthday message. But for ARMY, timing carries symbolism. By celebrating Jungkook before the actual date, Jimin created an atmosphere of anticipation. He placed importance not only on the day itself, but on the days leading up to it. It's almost as if Jimin was saying, "Every moment with you is worth celebrating, not just the birthday itself." This resonates with ARMY on a deep level, because birthdays in fandom culture often serve as milestones. They're opportunities to reflect on an idol's journey, growth, and impact. For Jungkook, whose path has been nothing short of remarkable, from being a teenager debuting in 2013 to becoming one of the most streamed solo artists in the world, his birthday is a day of collective reflection for millions. Jimin, amplifying that reflection earlier than expected, amplified the emotions too. The phrase ARMY langsung muek captures the scene perfectly. Fans did not just smile or share light-hearted posts, many genuinely cried. And their tears weren't solely about Jimin's gesture, they were about what it represented. To ARMY, Jimin and Jungkook's brotherhood is a symbol of the safe, loving bonds they themselves wish to have in life. When they see that kind of affection between the members, they feel comforted, as though love like that is possible in a world that often feels divided and lonely. Scrolling through fan communities after Jimin's early celebration, one could see posts filled with gratitude. Some fans recalled their own friendships and family ties, expressing how the gesture reminded them to cherish people in their lives. Others wrote about how BTS's bond had helped them during difficult times. In this way, Jimin's action rippled far beyond the fandom. It became a cultural moment of emotional connection. Interestingly, such gestures also shape BTS's image beyond music. HYBE, the company behind BTS, has often emphasized the members' teamwork and brotherhood as part of the brand narrative. Jimin celebrating Jungkook early, while a personal action, also reinforced this narrative. For the company, it's free yet powerful publicity, evidence that BTS's story is authentic, not manufactured. Fans see it as proof that BTS's bond is not scripted for cameras, but lived in reality. What makes this moment particularly powerful is that HYBE didn't need to orchestrate it. It happened naturally, born out of genuine affection. And in an era where fans are quick to question authenticity, Jimin's action cut through the noise, reaffirming what ARMY has always believed. BTS's love for each other is real. This year, Jungkook's birthday holds special weight. With military enlistments reshaping the rhythm of BTS's group activities, every moment of togetherness feels magnified. Fans are aware that time with the full group in public spaces will be limited. That's why Jimin's early celebration felt like a gift not just to Jungkook, but to ARMY too, a reassurance that even amidst distance, the bond remains unshaken. For Jungkook, who has always been the youngest, the maknae, being celebrated in this way carries emotional undertones of protection and love. His journey has often been described as one where he grew up in front of the world's eyes. Now, as a man in his late 20s with global influence, he still receives the same affectionate treatment from Jimin. This continuity reassures ARMY that fame has not changed who BTS are at their core. At the heart of this moment is ARMY itself, the beating heart of BTS's success. Unlike many fan communities, ARMY's relationship with BTS is uniquely intertwined with their daily lives. They don't just consume BTS's music, they analyze it, reflect on it, and often use it as an anchor during difficult times. That level of emotional investment transforms small actions into deeply meaningful events. When Jimin celebrated Jungkook early, ARMY did not just see a member saying "Happy Birthday." They interpreted it through a broader lens. Affection between members, a confirmation that the family-like bond remains intact. Foreshadowing that something special may be planned for Jungkook's actual birthday. Emotional reminder that even in uncertain times, like military service and reduced group activities, love within BTS is stable. This interpretive process is why ARMY cried. They don't just witness the moment, they build meaning around it, turning it into a symbol of continuity and reassurance. 2025 has been a year of emotional highs and lows for BTS fans. Military enlistments have staggered member activities, leaving fans cherishing every shared update. For ARMY, birthdays now feel even more crucial. They become opportunities for connection at a time when public appearances are rare. By celebrating early, Jimin wasn't just acknowledging Jungkook's special day. He was, in effect, expanding the timeline of celebration. He stretched the moment, gifting ARMY not just one day of emotion, but several days of build-up. This sense of anticipation is powerful because it gives fans more space to reflect, prepare projects, and emotionally participate. The emotional weight of the timing cannot be overstated. ARMY is acutely aware that as the members grow older and fulfill their national duties, moments of group interaction will decrease. Every birthday becomes a reminder of passing time, and every gesture like Jimin's becomes magnified. It also matters who celebrated Jungkook early. Jimin is known among fans as one of the most emotionally expressive members. He has long been seen as the comfort of the group, the one who often verbalizes his affection and goes out of his way to show care. When Jimin is the one to celebrate Jungkook, fans interpret it not only as an act of brotherhood, but also as an affirmation of Jimin's role as a nurturer. It reinforces his identity within BTS's dynamic and reaffirms the consistency of his character over time. To ARMY, this is moving because it's evidence that fame and distance haven't eroded Jimin's warmth. Moreover, Jimin and Jungkook's pairing, often lovingly referred to by fans through nicknames like Jikook, is one of the most cherished dynamics in BTS. Their long history of shared moments makes any gesture between them carry amplified weight. Jimin celebrating Jungkook early wasn't just a member celebrating another, it was Jimin celebrating Jungkook, which unlocked a vault of memories and associations for fans. Within minutes of Jimin's early celebration being shared, social media platforms were flooded with reactions. Hashtags trended globally, and fan edits highlighting Jimin and Jungkook's most emotional moments spread across timelines. What's particularly striking is how ARMY uses social media not just to share updates, but to collectively process their emotions. Fans posted clips of past birthdays, old dorm videos, and interviews where Jimin had spoken affectionately about Jungkook. Others stitched together montages of Jungkook growing up in front of the camera, paired with Jimin's words of encouragement. This collective act of reminiscing intensified the emotions. For many, it wasn't simply about crying because of Jimin's action. It was about reliving a decade-long journey, remembering how much both of them had grown, and realizing that despite global fame, their relationship remained unchanged. The emotional weight of the moment didn't escape mainstream media either. Entertainment outlets quickly picked up the story, framing it as a heartwarming reminder of BTS's enduring brotherhood. Headlines emphasized the depth of Jimin and Jungkook's bond, turning the gesture into a newsworthy cultural event. Brands also indirectly benefited. Jungkook, as a global ambassador for Calvin Klein, and Jimin, who has worked with Dior and Tiffany Company, are both highly influential figures in fashion. Their names trending together gave brands increased visibility without needing to spend a cent. It's a reminder of how personal moments between BTS members often ripple into the commercial world, reinforcing why they remain some of the most valuable ambassadors globally. To fully understand why ARMY langsung muek, it's important to break down the layers of emotion tied to this moment. Nostalgia, memories of BTS's early years resurfaced. Fans remembered the boyish Jungkook and the protective Jimin of their trainee days. Continuity. Amidst enlistments and uncertainty, this gesture reassured fans that bonds remain unbroken. Anticipation. Celebrating early built excitement for what might come on the actual birthday. Representation of love. Many fans see BTS's brotherhood as a model for unconditional love, something they crave in their own lives. Mortality of time birthdays remind fans that time is passing. Each celebration feels more precious than the last. When combined, these layers created a powerful cocktail of emotions, leading to tears not out of sadness, but out of overwhelming gratitude and connection. Interestingly, even those outside ARMY took notice. Articles framed the gesture as a lesson in friendship and care. Non-fans expressed admiration for the sincerity of BTS's bond, with many pointing out how rare it is in the entertainment industry for stars at this level to show such public affection without irony or reservation. This cultural resonance is part of BTS's unique power. Their actions, no matter how personal, often transcend fandom walls and enter mainstream discourse, Jimin's celebration of Jungkook is one more example of how BTS operates not just as musicians, but as cultural touchstones who model emotional sincerity in a world often marked by detachment. Jimin's early celebration has also set expectations high for Jungkook's actual birthday. Fans are now anticipating larger surprises, perhaps a group message, special broadcasts, or even brand-led campaigns timed with the event. Whether these expectations are met or not, the important point is that Jimin has already created an emotional baseline. In doing so, he hasn't just honored Jungkook, he has given ARMY something to look forward to. This anticipation extends the emotional arc of Jungkook's birthday, ensuring that it isn't just a one-day celebration but a multi-day cultural moment.